Adoption has a special place in my heart as I have just adopted a beautiful baby girl. But I believe it's also something that every Christian should have a conviction about. Even if you aren't a parent by adoption and don't intend to be one, as a Christian, your attitude towards adoption matters. Before I go any further, I'd just like to mention on a side note that adoption is also being done today in some places legally, in some places illegally, in ways that are not in the best interest of the child, and I do not support that. Separating a child from his or her birth parents is not a small matter and should not be taken lightly. I believe every effort should be made so that a child may be raised by the birth parents. Now, where this is simply not an option, for example, in the case of a child being orphaned or abandoned, that is where adoption is a beautiful alternative. During my journey on this path, I was reminded of many truths. One of them being that adoption is close to the heart of God. In fact, all of Scripture is centered around the theme of the spiritual adoption of sons into God's kingdom to the praise of His glory. Another important truth is that life is precious, irrespective of the circumstances under which that life came into being, irrespective of the challenges that lie ahead for that life to thrive. God places eternal value on every soul right from the moment of conception, and we need to recognize and honor that. I'm going to give you some numbers. I have derived this from published data, and these are conservative figures. In India, at the moment, there is one adoption for every 4,000 abortions. Did you know that every year in the US, about 130 to 150,000 preborn babies are killed only because they have been found through prenatal testing to have the possibility of being born with health conditions and disabilities. Take a stand for God-created life today. Take a stand to have biblical convictions about these matters. Support life and pray for the children in our country and all over the world. God bless.